So first, we're going to talk about posture. So playing the oboe, you can sit or stand.
Okay.
But for now, we're going to sit since you've never played before, and I think you might get lightheaded.
Okay.
So scooch to the front of the bench. And keep your feet flat and sit up straight so you get good air. Perfect.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Looks great. Okay, this is our oboe.
Okay.
So, first, with the oboe reeds, you have to soak them in a little thing of water before you can use them.
Okay.
And so what I use
It's
is
a
this
shot
little
glass.
cup. Yes,
Nice.
I call it a little cup.
Okay.
For children's purposes.
Okay.
So, I am going to fill it with some water.
Excellent form.
Will you hold that for me?
Yeah.
I emptied the water out, so it's clean water for you.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay, so then we have to soak our reeds in the water. Oops, we're using this one. We have to soak our reed in the water for just like, I would no more than like 2 minutes,
Okay.
because they soak up pretty quickly. It's not like bassoon reeds you can take up to like 5 minutes, but these ones are pretty quick. We're gonna set it on the floor, so it's not on the piano. And so first I'm gonna teach you how to put it together, and then we'll let her soak for like a minute, because I also just played on it, so it won't need to be soaked that much. Okay,
Sounds good.
so this is your first piece. Take that.
Ooh, it's much heavier than I thought it was going to be.
I know.
Intriguing.
Okay, so that's where you put the reed in.
Okay.
So that's the very top. And then that piece connects with this piece. And so you see it has these two little bridge keys
Okay.
that should line up with those. But they're very, like, all of the keys are very easy to bend. So you kind of have to hold it, like, where there's no keys and just twist a little bit till you get it on there. Okay, I'll let you finish it.
Okay.
And I put a little bit of cord grease on it, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then make sure they're all lined up. Nice. Looks great. And then we have our little mini bell, which compared to the clarinet that you played last semester, it's much
so
smaller.
cute. It's a little baby bell.
So this one also has a bridge key for right there.
Okay.
And you just make sure to hold it where there's not any keys and just wiggle it on there.
Cool.
There's your
This
oboe.
is it. This is my weapon of choice.
Okay, and so these reeds, as example A, mine is actually starting to crack. But we're going to use it because the blue one is really hard to use. And I don't think you'd be able to make a sound on it because I can barely make a sound on it.
Word.
Okay, so this is your reed. So you're going to very, very lightly place it in the water. Super lightly. And then you're just going to let it sit for a couple minutes. I'm going to get this out of the way so we can put the water next to you.
Sounds good. Wacha. Wacha.
Okay, well,
Don't do
and the
that.
oboe is not a lightsaber.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
so
Let's
while
tell
we
each
wait a minute, I can show you the octave keys. We're not going to play with them today, but actually I'll show you how to hold it. That's probably smarter. So yeah, similar to the clarinet, this is your thumb rest,
Okay.
and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3.
That hurts my hand.
What? Well, you can keep your pinky out here. You just don't.
It's like so tweaky.
Okay, and then you put the other one right up here. 1 right there, 2 right there, and 3 right there.
Oh. Where's my pinky go?
Your pinky just kind of rest, and it'll use like all those keys and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So now that you know how to hold it, I'm gonna take it away from you.
Okay.
Okay, so hold that very gently.
Reed, why is there string on it?
That's just how they wrap the pieces of, like, that's just how they hold it together.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about embouchure. So I was talking about this just like 5 minutes ago, but I like to think about it. So basically, can I show you? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it okay? So you kind of just like make a like show your bottom lip basically, and then you place it kind of right there. It's kind of a feeling. You kind of gotta feel it, and I'll look at yours to make sure it's in the right spot. And then you reach your top lip out.
Okay.
And go over the top of it. test a little bit of a curl. So, you're going to try to do that.
Bro. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, sit up straight, sit up straight.
Sorry.
Gotta get really good air. It takes a lot of, not like tuba a lot of air, but like.
Very forceful, like pointy air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So try that. So do the and be super, super just gentle and light with everything. And then curl your, yep.
That tickles my lip a lot.
I know, but that was really good. That looked really good.
That's
okay.
really tickly.
Try it one more time.
That was exhausting.
I know. It's really hard. You'll get used to it the more you do it, though.
It tickles. It tickles.
Okay, that was actually really good. So, just kidding, not yet.
I'm ready.
Okay,
make me
so,
a pro.
So,
Tonguing?
yeah, tonguing. I'm trying to think of the best way to. Yeah, so basically, it's like that. It's the same sort of idea as the clarinet tonguing.
Okay.
So it's the very
you touch the reed.
The very tip of your tongue to the very tip of the reed.
Okay.
Super lightly.
Okay.
Especially with these reeds because they're not like clarinet reeds have that like plastic backing kind of, but these don't have that, so they're a lot more fragile.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I want you to do it without the oboe or with the. Let's do it with it. Let's get you to play a note first. Now that we talked about it, and you sort of know what tonguing is. So you just, well, I'll let you do that too. Jeez. Okay. So you hold it, and you just basically put it in to make sure that it's
flat with the keys.
Yeah, perpendicular basically to you.
Okay, I see.
And then just you push it all the way in until it stops. You should be able to feel it. That one's also because I pulled it in and out so much. It's a little bit easier. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be good. Okay.
Is this
now?
Is this backwards, or is this correct?
Yeah, it's right hand on bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so make sure you're covering all of the holes.
That hurts my fingies.
Okay. Here, you can move your, you don't have to have your thumb. You can have it be like
here.
Like I do it like this.
Okay.
So that my fingers, so that I'm not having to like stretch my fingers, and they have a little bit of like curve to them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I can't. This hand is the one that feels like really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's fair. Mine does too.
Okay. Okay, I see.
And then
I just have really large hands.
Yeah, and then you can just rest your pinky on any of those without like pushing down.
Is it okay if I rest it in my lap while I play?
Not really.
I won't do it then.
Okay. So yeah. So try to. Sorry, that one keeps uncovering the hole.
Yeah, I had this problem.
That's
with
okay. That's
too.
okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm just gonna not put my thumb on the back for now. Is that okay? Can I put it up here?
Yes. For now, that's fine because we're just gonna talk about tonguing.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Can I try and play a note?
Okay, so make your embouchure. Okay.
Just kidding. Sorry.
Okay, be really, really careful with your teeth. I'm just gonna like move your finger a tiny bit to try and cover it if.
Your thing can't figure out what note I'm playing. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Why did it do that?
Okay.
This is hard. So, I'm struggling a lot.
It is hard. It's very hard, I know. Okay, so let's pick an easy note. Would it be easier? Would this be easier for you, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's try that. So just number 1 right there and number 1 right there.
What note is it supposed to be?
Blow a lot. It's supposed to be a C. Yeah.
It's so exhausting.
I know, it really is.
Really
but that sounded way better. So I think let's do on the C and let's
I learned it out.
Okay, on the C, let's do ta, 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 ta.
Okay.
Try that.
I got it.
Just 4 quarter notes. I know. But
Like,
wasn't
it's
that
like
cool,
causing me
though?
pain. Yes, it was
But wasn't
cool.
it cool?
I liked it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now try ta, 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 ta. Keep your first finger
Sorry.
down. So. No, you're good. You're okay. Yeah, it's really hard. That was
people
better.
play this MF?
That was better.
Holy cow.
I don't
This
know.
is hard.
I have so much respect for you, Fu.
Yeah, literally. Wow. Holy cow.
That was so good though. Did you notice how much better it got the more you tried it?
Why is it doing that now? I don't know. It got like for a second.
Yeah, it's probably realistically the reed because my reed is not very great. How do you what?
How do I make sure that I don't like press down too hard on it?
It's just kind of like you just kind of gotta get used to it. I would say start out as light as possible, and then if you're not getting a sound and you need to tighten it up a little bit more, then that's how you know.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, be careful.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Now what?
It's okay. Yeah, but so reeds, oboe reeds do not last very long once you've started to play them. So like if you were actually playing this instrument, you would need to have like 2 or 3 at least. But the more that you play, the more reeds that you would need. So I like doctorate has like 8,000 or something.
Okay.
In her office. That's an
8,000
exaggeration.
doctorate.
But the more you play it, the more reeds you'll need because they'll wear out faster the more you play.
Okay.
Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Let me see. Oops, sorry.
Fuck.
Okay, well, now we're on to fingerings. I'm gonna check our time really fast. Okay, 12 minutes. Okay, so now we're on to fingerings. So it's gonna get harder because you struggle with fingerings.
Yeah.
So let's do, what was I gonna have us do?
My fingers don't bend that way.
G major.
Why no bendy that way?
Okay, let's try G major because it's the simplest. And we're gonna go really slow. So we're gonna start G major. So G is just 1, 2, and 3 on the left hand, and all the other ones are not pressing keys down.
This is my left hand. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Okay, so try just playing a G. And make sure you're not putting it you're putting it pretty far. Yeah.
It's F sharp. Why am I wrong?
Try it again. There you go.
Those were entirely
Yeah,
different
I mean, it's just gonna take some getting used to. A lot of it is your fingers not covering the holes.
Like, how do you get your fingers to cover these ones? Like, they just don't go.
Are you
maybe my
pressing down,
fingers
or are you just
What do you mean?
like are you pressing the key down, or just like
Yeah, I was.
maybe just?
I think my fingers are too long for the elbow.
Well, I don't know. Okay, try it again.
Like, because you're able
And
to
press-
go like this. Like, my thumb does just not come anywhere close.
Well, you can curve your fingers a little bit more,
And then, like, they just...
and curve like here. Put your fingers on these notes, and then I'll try to like shift your.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So curve like, you're keeping this part really straight and curving like this. Try to curve like here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Can I play it with my pinky? Like, they just don't bend like that.
Like, okay, can you make like a C with your hand? Yeah, like a really rounded C. And then try that.
Like,
It's okay.
don't.
Your hand just when you go to the instrument, your hand just naturally moves to this.
Well,
this part goes in.
The problem is that I like really just don't know how. Like I don't think it will reach. Like I don't think my fingers will reach like this.
But it will. I promise. I promise they will.
Okay.
It'll take some getting used to. For now, let's just learn we'll learn the fingerings. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. And that's okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
So
ready.
just 1, 2, and 3. And try that one again. Try to move just your middle finger up the tatus. Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts like so much.
I'm
like
so
I just
sorry.
can't.
Okay. Just do 1 and 2 then.
It's not
And
your fault.
I'll hold 3 down for you since you know.
Listen, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I really do think my hands are too big for this instrument.
I believe it. I can't play octaves on the piano because it hurts too bad to reach that far. Okay. But we're gonna keep going because so I can teach them to you even if you can't play the right
that way I can teach
perfectness.
my kids in
That
the
way
future.
you can know exactly. Okay, so let's do that's G. So then A is gonna be just 1 and 2, which I think will be easier for you. And make sure to sit up straight and keep your head up, and then it's gonna angle out a little bit more. Yeah, like that. That sounded great.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, and now B is just 1 on this hand.
Now what?
That's
C?
hard. Yep, you know C. C is 1 and 1. Okay.
And D.
So D is
it's all of them, isn't it?
D is gonna be all of them. It's okay. We're just gonna try. It doesn't have to be perfect. So D is all of them, but it might actually make it easier for you because it's actually only a half hole on top. So if you look at this key right here, basically you push down the key without holding that part down.
Okay.
So I think that helps a lot. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, do you see how like my fingers it's these two?
I was gonna say it's those two. It's okay.
Maybe it's my ring.
That's not.
Maybe you hold this lovely instrument for me for a second.
Yes.
I doubt that it is.
I'm not gonna worry about fixing your hand,
the way that
medical
my
hand issues. But so we're just gonna keep learning. Okay. So that's D. D is all of them with the half hole.
Okay.
So then we're gonna go to E, and so the half hole is one of the octave mechanisms, but only for flavors of D. So only for D flat / C sharp, D, and then E flat / D sharp. And then for all the other ones, that we're worrying about, you're gonna use this back octave key now with your thumb.
The thumb key. Maybe that will make it easier.
I think that might too. Oh yeah, that looks like it's way easier. Okay, so F, it's G major, so F sharp. So we just did D, so now for E is gonna be just 1 and 2. Sorry, I did not explain that well because I skipped E. Here, I'm gonna hold number 1 for you. Nice.
Now what?
Now F sharp, it's F sharp, is just 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's just, you're just kind of walking up, basically. Pull the reed out a tiny bit. It's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Woodwinds.
Relax. Shake it out. Shake it out.
It's like clarinet all over again.
Here, let me cover this.
Flashbacks.
Let me cover this one for you.
Thank you.
Because sometimes when one of them is not covered, it's hard to get the sound out. And now take away this one. And that's G major.
Should I try it all the way from the bottom?
Yes.
See if I can remember. Okay,
Yes.
so I have to undo my thumb key.
Here, I'll hold down this one for you.
Low G.
Pull this one up a tiny bit. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath if you need to. C is 1. Okay, and then D. So I'll hold this one.
All of them.
And then there, and then this is half whole.
Key, and that's half whole.
And then, yep. Nice, that was so good.
I'm hurting now.
Don't worry about the octave switches. Those are really hard for me. So that's something that you just have to like practice a lot. Because once you get past G, so starting at when you get to A, you don't use the back octave key. You use this side one right here. Yeah, it's tough.
This reminds me a lot of the clarinet.
It's
clarinet
tough.
and I were not friends. So.
What are we at? Okay, we're at 5 minutes. What else did I have? Okay, actually, yeah, that's perfect because I need to talk about cleaning it and putting it away.
Okay.
So, as mentioned, it is very fragile. Where's my... Okay. So for the reed, you just put it back in the little tube that it comes in.
Okay.
Super, super carefully. So you just kind of like... I like to do it like on the edge, kind of like this.
Make sure
and then
you
kind of
don't,
turn
like,
it
nick
in
the
so that I
side.
don't nick the super thin part on the side of the plastic. Okay, and then before you take it apart, we have to swab it.
Swab it.
So it's really important to make sure that your swab doesn't have any knots, any
Because it'll get caught on the
wrinkles or
insides.
anything.
What
Yes.
do the insides look like on this bad boy? Oh, it's pretty
So
smooth.
clarinet, you take it apart before you swab it, but the oboe you don't. So it still goes in the big end, and it has the little weight, which is really nice. So you just plop it in there, and you just kind of slide it all the way through. And then, oops.
Hello.
Oh, there
Ooh.
she is. Okay, so you pull it super lightly.
Okay.
So you don't need to do a lot of effort.
Ew. Dripped
And
on
then,
me.
and then kind of once you get a little bit, I usually stop around here. So once you get to the purple and you can kind of see it, then you pull it back out this way.
Oh.
So you don't pull it all the way through.
Because that much stuff wouldn't fit through the top hole.
Yeah, it's just kind of to avoid it getting stuck. And this is absorbing the spit anyway, so you don't necessarily, so once it's all the way in, you don't necessarily need to filter it all the way through. So that is good. And then you take it apart, reverse of how you put it together. So you take the little bell off first, and I'll let you do it. It's really hard to hold it right there, but that's the best place to hold it.
Okay. That goes there.
Yes, I can just tell.
Just that good.
And then the bigger one goes right here. And then the little one goes right there. The other way. Yeah. And now you know how to play the oboe.
Yay, oboe. That was so hard.
I know.